The Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and lots of psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Guys, I'm pretty excited to do today's video because of the nostalgia of the whole thing. We're going to be doing a tagged response. Guys, you remember tagged responses and how much fun they used to be back in the golden days of YouTube before everyone became pansies and started fighting back and forth? You were just supposed to broadcast yourself. A simple cell phone or a camera, an idea, a thought, some things, and that's all you had. And I'm so glad these tags are coming back. I really am. Because after a while they can become obnoxious. But regardless, I was tagged. So here we go. Alright, so what are we even going to be talking about? Linda, the gamer girl, uploaded a video today. Link will be at the bottom right corner of your screen at the end of this video and in the show notes below. And she posted a video today of top 5 things in her, I'm going to call it game room, game space, her nerdum. I suppose in my case it's going to be more within my retro world, so to speak. Linda took the approach of going completely sentimental. She showed a bunch of stuff. Well, you know what? You go see that. I'm not going to talk about her video. You have to watch that. That's the purpose of that thing being made. I'm not going sentimental. I'm going completely superficial. Number 5. Okay, so maybe number 5 will be a little bit of superficial. It's everybody's generosity, okay? There's a lot of things in my collection I wouldn't have without the generosity of other people. And I got a list of names here. I got Mr. Paku Paku, ColecoJoe, Willie of Arcade USA, Ordo Necro, No Swear Gamer, Irmo Custom Models, and even though he's not necessarily a gaming channel, I have received gaming things from him, and him and I have passed projects back and forth. The Atari IO community, Deep Space Toys / Cryptic Line Works, BTB and Family, Canadian Thinking. I can go on, and half these names aren't even on this list. But I can go on and on and on. And whether it be an item like my Heavy Sixer Mr. Willie of Arcade USA hooked me up with, or a Frankenstein, oh my god, it's snowing out, or my Frankenstein 1/6" figure, or just a couple of games, or whether you help to get the Alzheimer's Walk information out there, your donations, your support to my channel, it means so much to me, and it had to be on this list. And it had to be on this list. So number 5, you guys' generosity and love, your basic love. Number 4. Number 4 is going to be, again, another group. And this time, it's my projects. Now, I at heart, at the core of everything, I'm an artist. I like to create things, whether it be painting, sculpting, gluing shit together, making a model kit, kit bashing. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as these hands, these grubby little mitts are making something. Now, whether what the end product is, it's neither here nor there. I don't care if it comes out perfect. I don't care if it comes out like a piece of dog shit and ends up getting thrown away, sold, or given away. As long as I'm creating. But more times than not, I'm making these things for one of 2 reasons. Either A, they don't exist in this world, and I just want it to. My Necronomicon console is a great example of that. That's a Sega Genesis that's inside of a Necronomicon with a matching controller. Or things that do exist that I just can't afford or have the means to get, like my 1-to-1 Terminator skull that's staring at me right now here to the right, my face hugger, which ties into number 5. My buddy Mike sent that kit over to me. Stuff like that. So I thought it was important because that is an enormous part of my life, and it is a small part of this channel, which I would like to bring back more. My projects, I got tons of projects on the workbench that just needs to be bashed out, and right now would be the perfect time to do it, but I've been lazy about it. But yeah, number 4, definitely have to talk about my projects. Number 3, I mean, I am going to add a few superficial, actual physical things into this list. It's not going to be all the idea of something. But number 3 has to be this right here, my Epoch Dracula VFD game. it represents so much to my collection. It's video games, it's retro, it's something I remember from my childhood. It's part of my monster collection. I have an extensive, not a huge, but a decent size monster collection. I love monsters more than almost anything on this planet. And who cannot, even if you're not into monsters, how can you not deny this thing's sexiness? And regardless, it's another one of those things I never thought I'd have because of its value today on the retro market. But I was able to, with a member of the Atari.io forums, work it /trade/cash deal with a gentleman over there. I'm not going to mention him in case he wants to be anonymous. And he made a collecting dream come true just to have this. And I still do pop this up once in a while and jam it. It'll be in the background when I'm sitting at the table making videos. If you look over my left shoulder, it'll be there right next to the Heavy 6 that Mr. Willie of Arcade USA hooked me up with. I got batteries right there behind the Alien Chase VFD game. Anytime I can get this thing going. So yeah, I had to put this on the list. Number 3. This is probably one of the most prized items in my collection. And one of the things that I will never, ever, ever truly part with. If I go homeless, this fucker's coming with me. Number 2. Alright guys, number 2 are actually going to be, coincidentally, 2 items. Cheating just a little bit, but they both represent the same thing. Going back to when we were talking about the VFD game, things I never thought I would have or have again in this case. We could be nostalgic about everything. I got my first 7 games sleeved by Video Game Dust Sleeves right behind me. And once I start sleeving the rest of the collection, of course, those will join. But I keep those separate because those were the first games. I could be nostalgic about that. I could be nostalgic about everything else on my shelf over here to my right and everything. But there were just those certain things that really hit that nostalgia G-spot in a specific way that really fucking turn you on. And for me, that's these 2 items right here. My ET finger light thingamajobby. I never thought I would even have this thing on card. Do you have any idea what these sell for now? 150 plus, depending on where you go. But if it wasn't for a buddy of mine's due diligence and his able to pick things up cheap, I would never have been able to have this in my collection. And the other one is this white box. And what is in this white box, I try not to open this because I keep forgetting to order that acrylic case for it. But this is a mail order Star Wars figure. The only mail order figure I ever did is the Emperor. And I have a really fun story attached to this, so go ahead and seek that out in my Atari Creep Playthings playlist. But the 2 things combined, they just represent something more than just, hey, I remember that. I had a good time with that when I was a kid. I'd like to have that again. These legitimately can put a tear in my eye when I see them, and I know that they exist in my collection. And I treat these with the most, I treat these like I treat my family. I really do. Very few physical items in my life I will do that with. But these 2 here, and I felt that they needed to be together on this list. So that's your number 2. Number 1. Guys, and number 1 is going to sound like a cop-out, but I genuinely mean it from my black, thick, viscous fluid oozing heart. You're here with me every day that I make a fucking video, whether it be 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 3 times a day. You're here. And whether we get along or we don't get along, whether you're a dickhead, you're funny, or you're just a genuinely nice person that comes by and wants to say, hey, great video, I remember this, you share your memories, you tell me how much of a fat fuck I am, and it doesn't matter to me. I say thumbs up, thumbs down, all feedback is positive. It's the interaction that I have. And I say it all the time, I do these videos for me. But there is always that aspect of, what do I think these people are going to enjoy? More importantly, what conversation can I have with these people all over the fucking world? But it may sound like a cop-out. Number 1 is you guys. You're here with me. Whether you are or not, you're here with me. And there you have it, guys. Top 5, whatever you want to call them, within my whatever you want to call it. My space, my collection, my game room, my world that I hold near and dear to my heart. Of course, I could have given the same response that everyone did in the beginning of this. Well, it's hard to come up with 5 things, and I had to think really hard. just pick 5 things that mean something to you and just talk about it. We know you have a lot more in your collection that you could possibly talk about, and maybe you could say the next top 5 things if you really have the need to talk about it. But it looks like I need to tag a few people now. Of course, this tag is open to anybody, but make sure you let me know you do it. But I'm specifically going to tag Brian of Brian's Man Cave, ColecoJoe, and Willie of Arcade USA. All 3 for specific reasons. One, because I want ColecoJoe to get off his ass and make a video, and I'm curious as to what he would consider his top 5 things, because his collection is so much more diverse in certain things that I'm really interested in, and I'd like to see what he picks out of all that. Brian of Brian's Man Cave, just because he's a cool guy, I don't think he talks about his collection too much. He will talk about specific things in specific videos, but I'd like to see what is in his collection. He may have done a video like this before, but either way, Brian, I'm tagging you, so do it. Fuck, do it. And of course, Willie of Arcade USA. That's a situation where Homeboy has so much in that room, possibly in that house. And I'd be curious, out of all that nostalgia, fucking beautifulness, what 5 things he comes up with. And that's really the fun of it, isn't it? So guys, go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. What was your favorite thing here? What did you think I copped out on? I don't care, just let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down, all feedback. To the Creep is positive, guys. I hope you're doing well. And until next time, thanks always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Creep it real. Bye-bye. Coffee. All right. So here we go. Ooh. Right. 3, 2, what's up, creepers? Geekers, Chris, the Atari Creep. If you, I just fucking totally ripped ass. Sorry. Oh my god, let's try that again. Oh, fucking stinks. Oh, I gassed myself out. Oh no. Oh no.